Hey y'all, it's Taryn. It is Sunday, June 30th. Welcome. It's been a hot minute, but it's Sunday night, but I know if I did not get on here and record this video, that it would go by another week and it just would not happen again. So here we are. And the reasons are all the same reasons. There's just, like everybody else, just life. Um, and we'll talk about all of that as we go along. I've had some new subscribers, so welcome. I hope you'll stick around. I'm glad you came and subscribed. And if somebody sent you, let me know. I'd like to thank them. We'll get into the stitching and we'll talk about all the life stuff as we go along. Same as always, I'm so envious of all of y'all who have a plan and a setup and all of that. I'm sorry, I'm going to show you a piece and there's cat hair stuck on it. I know. In this house, how could that ever happen? Anyway, the people that, okay, this is what we're going to talk about and this is how the video is going to go. And I'm envious because for me, no. Even if I plan for it to go away, it's not gonna. Anyway, so we're just gonna start and see where it takes us. First thing is from Snowflower Diaries, the Joyful World Stitch Along that she did a few years ago now, I think. I don't remember. I was going to try to guess, but it would be a lie. So, and the other ones are buried. But anyway, I finished July and I have a board at the office. I've taken these to the office and I have a board at the office that has a little clip at the top. So it'll clip in there. And this is a piece of felt that I ordered from, hold on. Sorry for the close-up. On Etsy, Felt Supply and More. It's a printed felt, but I thought it's pretty cute. Although I should have looked longer on her page. They had one with flamingos on it. I should have gotten that one. I have to put it back here so I remember instead of getting it buried again. I did buy, here's the other piece of that one, but I also bought this one. And it's stronger than like what you would go buy at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or Joann's or whatever. It's better than that, but it's still thin enough that I think you could probably sew with it for your back. So if I remember, I'll try to put a link down below to her shop. She's got a ton of different patterns that are adorable. I'm in trouble. I know that much. So I'll put a link and you can go check her out. And I'll just say now, you're welcome and I'm sorry. So if you get mad at me because of you go buy too much stuff, I'm sorry, but a lot of cute things. Okay, other stuff that I worked on. Jelly cabinet. And I'm doing this one down here. I had to think about that for a minute. Yes, that's what I'm doing. And I'm pretty sure it goes this way. And I'm using a DMC fabric that was blue and white striped, and I coffee dyed it to age it a little bit. This is the bookshelf. I guess it's on the bookshelf. The cabinet there. Pie safe, maybe. Anyway, that's what that is. After my last video, which I was getting sick in, I knew I was getting sick when I was filming that video, and it got worse. It was just a cold or whatever passing thing, but it got much worse. I felt awful. I felt like I'd been run over by a Mack truck. But thankfully, it passed quickly. I don't know if anybody else suffers from this. I have my whole life. When I was a kid in school, I didn't miss school. I was healthy through the school year, but I was sick at Christmas break, at Easter break, during the summer, never during the school year. And even now, I can get sick when we are having days away from the office, but never during the work. I'm not that lucky. I worked on this fancy that. Folk art Santa and tree is what it says on there. And I just added on to his hat here. I think I just had the heart done before. Out of my Paula Vaughn Quilts for All Seasons. I started on June. I love a wedding ring quilt. I love quilts, period, but I love a wedding ring quilt. And so here is my June start. A lot of what is not filled in here is white. I have to show y'all this. I showed you when Dax and I went to the thrift store and I got the 2 things of floss, the 2 boxes of floss, and I dug through that and it had quite a few colors that were on this. In the back of the book, this Paula Vaughn book, they have a list of all the colors. One column here is Anchor and one is DMC, so, but that's the color list. And I pulled what I had in my stash, and then I went through those and pulled what I had there. And the ones that were bobbinated and the stuff that I got. So y'all can see how full this box is. I still have these that are not bobbinated. And y'all, this is like half the floss. I only have like half of them marked off my list. At the very least, after this, I think I'll have a master set. Because just for this, y'all, that's a lot of floss. But I figure if I get that, all of that floss for all 12 of those in there, then if I'm stitching on anything else and I'm missing a floss, I should be able to find one easily. That's crazy to me. I'm sorry. This was Country Primitive Bookmark. This was a kit that came with all these bookmarks. I think I got this kit off of Listia. I did this one. I have made some creative changes. I've taken artistic license and changed some things. I did not put these dots on the leaves, and I think I changed a little bit of how I backstitched or whatever. I finished it. I did finish it. I'm trying to think if this was on my list of 20. I don't know. I don't remember. But you can see I did not put the those dots in there, but I did backstitch around it, and then I just ran a long stitch to give the leaves some detail. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this, but at the rate I FFO things, that's really not an issue or a surprise. Since the last time I was here, we have dog sat for Wyatt's dog a couple of times. Our dog is 15 years old. Wyatt's dog is like a year old. It's exhausting for us to puppy sit. And the good thing is that he loves to run, so we can take him out front and just let him go, and he'll run a few laps around and then come back and take a good long nap. We just take him out and wear him out. But we've watched him twice, like I said, 2 different times. We've Abigail was home a couple of weeks ago for just a couple of days for Father's Day, and she was leaving on her way back to Houston, and she'd been gone about 30 minutes, and she called me and she's like, I found a cat. I'm like, and anyway, she brought the cat back to me at the office. He's a kitten. He's probably only about 4 months old. Little black cat, but he was in bad shape. He'd obviously been in a fight. He had marks all over him. As a matter of fact, I pulled a little piece of someone else's claw out of the top of his head. He was panting and breathing heavy. Of course, he's a black cat and he's a kitten, and it was, I don't know, 90, 95 degrees outside. She found him on the side of the highway. It's amazing that he hadn't been hit. But he was in really rough shape. Like, he couldn't open his eyes. They were all crudted closed and everything. And we really didn't think he was going to make it through the first night. But I used a syringe and I got a little bit of chicken broth down his throat. I didn't want to give him just water. He was really skinny too. I wanted something that had a little bit of nutritional value in it too, because his body obviously needed to heal. And, you know, tried to clean his eyes and everything. And the next day he ate a little bit more. And by the 3rd day he was purring when I would pet him. Got his eyes cleaned up enough that he could get them open. And one of them, that second eyelid, was just all bloody. I mean, it stayed that way. And we really thought that, okay, he's going to be blind in this one eye. It hasn't even been 2 weeks. If y'all could see this cat, I should have taken pictures how he was and how he is now. He is the most lovable kitten I have ever seen. He wants to be held and loved on. He purrs nonstop. Just kind of, I think yesterday, maybe Friday night, letting him out of, because we've had him locked away from the other animals, letting him out, and he's just the happiest little cat. Abigail's home this week, and she's going to take him back to Houston with her. But I cannot believe the difference in this cat from less than 2 weeks ago, when we didn't think he was going to make it through the night. It's just, he's a survivor, but he's still, I can't believe how trusting and sweet he is after what he's been through too. It is crazy. And then our dog, which I said is 15, and she's a husky mix, and 15's probably pretty old for her, but she's getting really thin. We are transitioning her from just plain dog food, adding meat in all of her food to make sure she's getting enough protein to keep her muscles going and her heart and all that. But now she's had a couple of seizures, so I think the time is coming near. It's been rough last about 5 years with dogs around here. Anyway, back to happier stuff. The kitten's doing great. From July, August of 1990, Cross Stitch and Country Crafts. It looks like this. I've seen lots of people do these different stockings that come in here. And they're fantastic. I'm not doing that. I'm doing this teacup with the poinsettias. That was one of my new starts. And there you go. That's pretty impressive. There's a little bit of white in here that I don't know if you can or can't see. Dawn, it's a new needle minder. And then we got a bid on our roof for after the hailstorm that we had. It's probably been a month or two ago. I don't know. I think it was at the beginning of May, so it's probably been 6 weeks. We had a roofer come out, and we were waiting for him to give us a bid. And somebody came out and took pictures. I hopefully will hear from my insurance company next week if they'll cover it or not. But the price for a roof makes you want to vomit. That's just so that's been fun too. From this Texana Cowboy collection, I believe this was in a box of goodies that Sherry Smith had sent me. And I want to make sure this is the right one. I think I'm doing this one. I mean, you can see why I would say I think I am, because this is what I have. Correct. And this, I had, I think the CNH stitched before when I first started it. And when I pulled it out this time, because this is part of trying to touch all my whips this year, when I pulled it out this time, I realized that I had done those in the wrong color, so I had to pull them out and do it again. But when I have to do that, I always feel good if I can at least make it past where I was before. Uh-oh, I have needle minders stuck together. From Gathered. This is some of their free designs. These chickens. I'm working on this one. Oh, look, I'm trying not to show you the pattern. Duh. Oh, well, it's a free one, so. And I'm just stitching this on a little piece of scratch. There are so many colors in this chicken. I thought, oh, these are tiny. They'll be fine. There's like 5, 6 colors in here. I think I just have, I mean, like right here, what's left to be filled in is still like 2 or 3 colors. It's, I don't even know what to say. That a chicken that tiny is going to take me years to finish, because who knows when it'll pop back up and on my wheel again. And I have to say this, I am still doing the new start every week, but it occurred to me recently that I may have to scale that back for the rest of the year, because I'm running out of room to put them once I get them started. I'm not finishing fast enough. It's creating an issue. So I don't know. I'm thinking I may need to wait until I get some things finished, and then I can pick up again. From Stacy Nash Primitives, December 25th, Merry Christmas Pin Keep. I think this was also in the box that Sherry sent me. And here is where I'm at. I believe I already had Christmas in there. This was the day that I was feeling the sickest, and I have not missed a day of stitching since December 26th of 2022. And I didn't want to miss one. So I came out and that's it. That's all I managed. And I may have already had part of that in. I don't know. I came out and put in about 20 stitches and I was like, that's good. I'm going back to bed. But I didn't want to miss a day because I'm not ridiculous. It is ridiculous, but oh well. Dimensions, mason jar lineup. If you're new here, I have a love-hate relationship with dimensions. I'm trying to get over it. I'm trying to make us work. Here I am. Yeah, this was on my list of 20, y'all. I can't get off of this half of the pattern. I don't know that I'm ever going to get to the other side. This time it's hard to tell. I filled in a bunch of the white. I went ahead and did the back stitching on this one. Because everything around it was filled in, so I could do the back stitching without it being a problem. And when you're stitching on all this white over and over, it's nice to see it actually be something. So this is going to be absolutely beautiful by the time it's done, but whew. It's going to be, we got a long way to go still. That's all I know. Out of the May-June 1991 Cross Stitch Country Crafts, looks like this. I am doing this, and I'm not doing it for a keychain. I'm just doing it. I'll add to it and make it a little pillow. Again, it is just on a piece of scrap. This is why I hang on to things even when they're tiny, because I can still do something with that. There was a little bit left in this one to come down, I think, and then I put in the blue one. If I would quit snoozing my alarm, I might have time to get more done in the mornings. I don't know. It's a thought. This was a Janlin kit that I got off of eBay or maybe even Listia. Again, I think this is on my list of 20. I'm not sure. We're having some issues. I don't think when I got it, it was already opened and stuff, and I don't think it came with the fabric, because this is a piece of fabric that I dyed. And I'm on the middle boot, and I'm having some issues here because this color and this color are not supposed to be the same, and I'm thinking they are. I don't know. It has the DMC colors listed. I think I'm going to pull the DMCs and use those and see. I don't know. I'm struggling. I've already had to pull out a bunch on this, and I don't want to do that again. So I thought, because some of these I'm having a hard time telling the difference. So I thought, you know what, I'll pull the DMCs, and then maybe the difference is really subtle and they're just not on my card. Maybe they're just not showing up enough the right way for me. I don't know. The struggle's real, y'all. I keep this, and it's just a little bag that I got at Dollar Tree. I think it was in the makeup section. That's a heck of a makeup bag, y'all. I worked on this Mill Hill, buttons and beads on the range. And here is where I'm at. This time I worked mostly on working on getting this hat filled in. This also is on my list of 20, and I have got to get something done. I think this is a lot of beads up here, but somebody's got to feed that horse. He is pathetic looking. He is malnourished. They're going to come take me away if I don't get that horse taken care of. That's all I know. I worked on this Lizzie Kate Joy to the World. I finished this and then put in the J and the Y. As you can see, I am not going to have enough room for these trees, right? This one and this one. I don't think they're going to fit. I think that I'll be able to do the one tree, this one, so that, and get the words on there, but we'll see when I get there. At this rate, it could be another few years. Out of Just Cross Stitch, June 2016, I worked on Summer in Chalk. This is the collaboration with Priscilla and Hands On Designs. Is that who? I'm so terrible with this stuff. And I don't see it on here anywhere. And all of y'all know and are screaming it at me, I'm sure. Anyway, I think you can buy the pattern by itself. I'm pretty sure of that. But here we are. Get my floss out of the way. This is on my list of 20, and it will get done this year. If I have to leave everything else behind and not work on anything else, my life has been threatened. Low key, but still. Shelly. Just kidding. From Homespun Elegance, this is Autumn Pear So Fair. And I was so disappointed. I thought I was going to get a really lot done on this. And I did not. So there we are. I think I had part of this done, the basic green, and then I think I came and put in that and then started the pear. I really thought I was going to get, like I said, a lot done, but I don't know if I feel like I've said it before. Dax has decided to take up smoking a pipe, and he likes to go over to the place that's close to us, and he always invites me to go with him. And when my husband invites me to go and be part of stuff with him, then I almost always say yes, because I don't want him to quit inviting me. So I didn't get as much done because I have to go hang out and relax. Out of Peanuts All Year Long, I'm working on this one. This will be the second one that I have done out of here. And this was a piece of, it's just 18 count that I dyed. You can see, look, I got some drop marks on it. And I think with this one, that happened because I think I tried powder, the powder dye, and the powder got on right there. But that, y'all, you see it here, right? I think it's stitched on 14 count, and this is 18. Look at the difference this makes. That is, I mean, I have this piece of fabric thinking that it was going to be big, and yes, I I don't do anything there on the edges. It will get like that, and I don't pull them. If I go through and cut them, then it won't keep doing that. But anyway, here we are. I had Woodstock in this little flower last time, and so I started Snoopy and did another little flower. But look how tiny. That's not going to make a pillow this size. I mean, and I keep this one in a very special project bag. I mean, most of my project bags, oh my goodness, look like this. This one is a name brand. All of them are not. I can't afford name brand everything. But this one, Katrina sent me from the Crafty Cataloger. That, I mean, this one's a custom one. Are you kidding me? Look at that. And because I didn't want for the marker to rub off that it's drawn on here with, I've covered it with clear contact paper. I can't have that going away. And I have another one. She sent me two, and I put it up safe, and then I was like, where did I put that? Because I don't know if, I know a lot of people are like me, but I don't know if everybody is, where when things are safe, they are safe. No one's finding them. And I found it just the other day, and I don't know where I put it. I also finished Jacob's Father's Day stitch, and I had it just 5 minutes before I started doing this, and I have no idea where it is now either. So, oh, this one is a Merry Christmas. It's called Texas Christmas. It's just the chart. It doesn't have a picture, but so far this is what it's looking like. This time around, I finished the red bow here and also finished the outline of the state. Well, not quite. It has greenery that comes down on both sides, and I didn't continue on here. There's a little more of the state, but the greenery is going to take up a bunch. And I didn't want to count that far. Out of November 1993, you see I have a lot of very current stuff going on. For the love of cross stitch, I'm doing this right here, and I'm not doing it on a shirt. I'm just stitching it. Not that I don't think that's cute on the shirt. Anyway, but here we are. I put in, I think that should be all of the border. So the next time I pick it up to work on it, it will be pretty easy to find a place to start. And this is in this little project bag that was just, again, a table runner that I cut off, double seamed it right here. And then it already had the pom-poms and everything on it. I'm sure it came from Target. They're back when it was $1 spot, but that's, table runners are so quick and easy to get stuff done in. That's why I like them. From Lizzie Kate Fall, y'all. This was a pattern that Kimberly, the Distracted Stitcher, had sent to me when we were doing one of the things with or you're partnered up with somebody, you know, and through the year you swap gifts or all that kind of stuff. Anyway, here's where we are. I have no idea where this fabric came from, for being honest. None. Anyway, there is a lot of, he looks, you know, oh, that's cute. It'll be quick and easy. It's easy, but it's a lot of stitching. It is a lot of stitching. Sorry, there's still thread on my needle. So, anyway, he'll be cute on that fabric, and he'll just be cute. Paula Vaughn Friendship Quilts. Also, if you're new here, I have a thing for Paula Vaughn. I love quilts and country stuff, and 90% of the stuff that Paula Vaughn does. I'm going to have to clear out an entire wall in my house somewhere to put up Paula Vaughn stuff in 50 years when I get it all done. Anyway, here we are. I've worked on back stitching up here in the house. I think I actually worked on it over on this side, but I wouldn't swear to it. And working still on the porch. Got a lot of back stitching to go. When I picked it up, the last time I worked on it, you can see all this shading here is that it's the same shading that's down here, and it's done with one strand. And I wasn't paying attention when I started over in this area, and I came down and I put that in with two strands up in here. So this last time I picked it up, I spent the majority of my time pulling out all those two strands. I was going to try to, you know, figure out how to blend it into the two strands, and I decided instead of using that brain power to do that, just pull it out. I didn't have to think about pulling it out. So that got more time than anything else. It's on my list of 20 this year, and that's not going to happen. At this point, I'll be thrilled if I can get done with that side this year. Just cross stitch, April 2018. Look at us moving into this century. Doing this one. And here is where we are on it. This is a piece of, it was 18 count white Aida that I soaked in some red wine. You can see it's got sediment marks and all of that. But here we are. This time I worked on back here, getting all of this stuff in. I don't think that flower was in, but I wouldn't swear to it. So anyway, we're at a point here where this is going to be his legs coming down. See, we're right here. That's where that purple flower is, and then the dark brown is right there. This part. And once I get his legs done, I'll have like these bees, because I think I have all the, I have to look, I don't know what I've done. I've got this bee. No, I've got this bee by the front. So I've got all of this. I haven't put this bee in. So I'll have to do the back stitching. This bee, this bird, and then this bee. And I'm not doing all of the back stitching that's in here. Like I'm not going to back stitch the leaves and the stems. And I'll pick and choose what I'm doing up in here. A lot of it needs it. It needs the detail. Certainly I'm going to backstitch all of the rabbit, but we'll see. We'll see what I do. Your guess is as good as mine. I shouldn't wait this long. This is a Dimensions Counted Cross Stitch Kit from 1983. Sorry, we've jumped back to the last century. This has, you use 3 strands for the whole thing. It's all full cross. It's like, is it really a Dimensions? Anyway, this is on my list of 20. And this time, you can see, I got all the way down to the bottom of the coffee pot and started working. I put in some more green on the corn and started in on the yellow. The coffee pot is done, except for backstitch. There is some backstitching that'll go in along, like underneath the red lines here to bring some detail, and up here on the handle and things. But really, that's it for all intents and purposes. It's done. There's some of the wheat that comes across right there, but I'm pretty excited about that. I mean, I'm not thinking that it's going to be done. That pot holding the plants is a lot. I told y'all it's a lot. It's been too long. I need to not wait this long. From Tumbleweeds, from, it says Little House Needleworks. This is, which one is this one? Cowgirl Country. I'm doing them all separate, but I'm sorry. I know that's really glary. I worked on the rabbit. And that's this right here. I filled in some more here, and I think I had that and this before. I filled in some more of those and then got started on the rabbit. I think that is correct. And then I also worked on the ranch, Broken Arrow Ranch. I'm doing them all on the same piece of fabric, which is a piece I dyed. And here you'll be very impressed with the ranch. So here we go. There's the Broken Arrow Ranch. All I had before was the moon, so I've added in this bush, and this is, there's like grass underneath, and that to me it looks like in the camera it looks like it's black, but it's a dark green. That's this grass down here. So I've done this, the moon, this, and started that grass down there. And I started that because it goes all the way across for this pattern, and I figured, you know what, I should do a little bit each time. Each time, because I'm working on it so much. From Mirabilia, Santa's Magic is the name of this one. I don't have a cover photo. I bought this secondhand. It was already kitted and everything, and the pattern didn't have the cover photo. So that was the best. And I've had a heck of a time trying to find one online. So here we are. So far, this time, sorry, my hair is stuck in my hand. I filled in a little bit more coming over this way on these and coming down here on this. Can you see the sparkly from the cry neck? Not really. But it is. I have to take my word. Another one of my new starts from Raise the Roof Designs is turkey dressing. I think I've also got Santa Claus. I think that's what it says. And I started like middle-ish over here. And there you go. This is a 28 count light green even weave. That's all it says. I know that because that's what it said on the little bag when I bought it. This is in a project bag I made, another table runner that I just cut off, turned it over and hemmed it, but I mean it had the tassel on there and everything. So once again, y'all, I'm telling you, it's so easy. Out of I had to go protest my property taxes. They actually came down on the value of the house. I thought that was nice of them. Still gonna pay a lot, but May, June 1986 from Cross Stitch and Country Crafts. This is what the cover looks like. That's just beautiful. This is Nantucket Cats and Quilts. I think it's called Cats Baskets and Quilts. And I've got all three of them going. I'm the farthest along on this one. This one, that cat's face. Oh my gosh. So, that cat's face is done in, I don't know, 50% of it is fractional stitching. And I have been struggling with that cat's face. So this time when I picked it up, I was like, I'm doing that cat's face. I'm not doing anything else until that cat's face is done. And I made an executive decision. My business cards say that I'm in charge, so I decided I could do it. I picked a color that was out of the darker colors, was kind of mid-range, and I did full crosses. Yeah, there's still more back stitching that needs to be done, but I have stitched in like around his eyes and stuff. There's a little bit more, but I've put in the stuff to get the shape of his face and everything. So they look like eyes and he looks like a cat, so I'm happy with that. And now I can move on. I can accept it and I can move on, because I would pick it up and I would try to work on his face and I would get so frustrated with trying to figure out, because the pattern's not big. The pattern only takes up like a half of the magazine page, and it's full coverage, and the pattern is in 2 colors, and the back stitching is in 2 colors, and some of these fractional stitches were really hard to tell what floss it was, what the symbol was, because it was only a half of the little square and there was back stitching outlines on top of it. So again, executive decision. It's done. I'm happy with it. And that's really all that matters, right? I feel like now I can move on and actually work on that project instead of getting frustrated and putting it aside till next time. Anyway, there you go. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You're welcome from, says copyright 1989. Guys, I'm just stuck in the last century, I tell you. I'm working on this one, and I've made mistakes. The welcome is supposed to be in full crosses, and the background's supposed to be in half crosses, and I had too much done already when I realized that. And the truth of the matter is, I had realized it when I started it. I started it that way, but then when I picked it up a second time, I guess, I wasn't paying any attention and did full crosses. And then later I picked it up and I'm like, why didn't I cross those stitches? And I crossed the ones that hadn't been crossed. And then when I realized, I was like, well, that was wonderful. So glad you did that. But anyway, here we are. Just moving out a little bit more. This is the bottom. That's how tall it is. So we're just cruising along, I guess. Whatever, right? Sorry. I'm getting sidetracked. From Cross Stitch Collectibles, this one is called Mountain Air. I'm sorry, Dawn. I'm sorry. I know. I know that it doesn't have a lot of bright colors, but I couldn't help it when I bought this. This is not a new one. I started it before and put in like 20 stitches. I think last year I started it. Maybe the year before. I don't know. This is the second time I've picked it up. So here we are. I have no idea what count this is. I think it's an 18 count, and obviously it's pre-gridded. I've struggled with working with this grid, but I think I finally figured it out. What I've stitched so far, I haven't even, like, this is only the first page that I'm working on is a partial page, because I work from the right side across to the left. I start at the end of the pattern and work my way backwards. So this is the end, and it's a partial page. There are like 5 or 6 shades of brown here. I still haven't completed the first little square. It's only a half a square, and I still have not gotten all of it. And this goes across the whole bottom of the page. See, I'm like over here. That's a lot. That's a lot of stitches for not a lot of brown. Here's my fabric. I have to make sure I'm getting it on here the right way. There you go. That's my fabric for this piece. I don't know if it's too big or not. I don't think so, because I think I had to like suck it up and actually buy the right size. It's a half yard of 18 count with gel. Easy count. So that should be getting right done quick as can be. It lives in this project bag, which is another one I made from a table runner. I do know how to sew. I've made ones that aren't from table runners, but this one was a little short table runner. I didn't cut it or anything. This was one end. I just folded it up, stitched it together. As you can see, it's lined in blue inside. On the other end, because it was going to be longer than I wanted it to be, and I didn't want to cut it and have to sew it. So I folded it back. See, that's just the table runner. Used some rickrack to stitch it down and sewed some buttons on it, and there we go. We're done, and it was easy. And I thought this was the last one, but it is not. From Be Kind from Stony Creek. I did not buy all of these. I liked this one. I bought that one. And it's ridiculous. This was a new start. Here's what they go with. Anyway, I finished it. There's no reason that, because I probably started it last year or the year before. I don't know. But there's no reason that it should have taken that long. I mean, to finish it, I stitched this down here, backstitched kind, and backstitched this stuff. Everything else was there. That's all that was left to be done. And it's been sitting in this tote for, I don't know when I started it, so I don't know how long, but too long. Too long. That's ridiculous. And then from Snowflower Diaries, from the Joyful World Stitch Along, which is free on her website, her blog, December. I worked on it a little bit, and I'm getting pretty close for this one to be done. I'm trying to get all of them done this year. So hopefully I'm trying to stay ahead. As you can see, I already had July finished. I had hoped to get August finished in the month of June, but that didn't quite happen. That's all the stitching, believe it or not. Finally, Kirsten and I went every year. They have a 90-mile garage sale on Highway 90. We have started in Seguin, where it starts, and it goes to Columbus, I think. This was our third year to do it. We have started in Seguin, which is the westernmost point, and gone east as far as we could. That's what we did the first year. And then the second year, we drove to the other end and started in Columbus and worked our way back this way. And we've never made it all the way. But we have decided that Schulenburg has the most people participating, which of course they do. The Schulenburg it's the Schulenburg Chamber of Commerce's baby. They have the most people participating in everything. So this year we went to Schulenburg to start, and we didn't get much. We did maybe hit 3 or 4 places that weren't in Schulenburg. So basically we drove 2 hours to garage sale shop in that one place. And I bought a couple of things. I was like, what else did I buy? I know what else I bought. Oh, sorry. I bought these at one of the places. Donna Coolers, 555, just all kinds of different little things. It's just full of little things. And then I bought this Christmas one, and I already have this Christmas one, and at some point I'll get some other things together and do a giveaway with this one. But I paid I paid $1 for both of them. They were 50 cents a piece. And it didn't matter that I already have this one, because at 50 cents, I'm going to buy it. And like I said, put some other things with it and do a giveaway. But how crazy is that? And in the one that where we got that, it's kids that raise money. It's for a kids group. You know, I think it's with the church, and they raise money. And when I was checking out with those, I mean, I bought other stuff, but with these, I said they were in a box that said $1. And she's like, okay, both of them for $1. And I said, no, I think they're $1 a piece. And she's like, no, it's fine. I'll give them to you for $1. And I was like, are you sure you don't want to charge me $1 each? I'm more than happy to pay $1 each, you know? And she's like, no, it's fine. I was like, okay, so there you go. And then we were at another place, and I saw this cross-stitch kit. I was like, oh my God. I think it was $2. And it's a full kit, fabric, thread, pattern, all of that. It's from Imaginating Ink, and it's a garden welcome. You know I had to have that. And for $2, you know I'm buying the welcome. And the best part, it came in a project bag, y'all. It came in a project bag. There you go, $2. And it's a name brand bag. So I got that. Those were really the only fun things that I bought there. But that weekend, I was out digging around in the garage. I was moving some things around because I was putting some of the stuff I sell on eBay into little, one of those plastic 3-drawer things. I was putting stuff into the drawers, so I was taking the stuff that I had in the drawers out to put with my craft stuff, because I'd moved that stuff out of here. And in doing so, I came across, this is the problem when you buy too much stuff. I came across this cute little kit. How cute is this? And I mean, when I say kit, I mean it is a kit. It's got the piece you stitch on. It's got the needles, the floss, and it even has fabric for finishing it, like in the picture. It's just a little printed fabric, but there you go. So, how did I forget I had that? That's pretty cute. So, just what I need. Something else to start. Yay. So, I got those things to add to my bucket of things to be started. That's what's in all of there. As you can see, that is overflowing. And my tubs with things I've already started are overflowing. So, I'm going to have to quit working so I can keep up with what I'm doing here. Okay. I should have looked everything up for June, but I haven't. So, we're going to go with May. Oh, I also did buy, I bought a little piece that somebody had, but because it had the frame, I thought would be good for my happy everything. Now I've just got to figure out how I'm going to make it all work, but it will fit in there. So that's the important part, right? So anyway, for the end of May, I don't know what this I don't know what my own notes mean. I have touched, in May, I touched 15 of my whips that I started the year with, the 150 that I started the year with. So in May, I touched 15 of those. Through the end of May, I had touched 85 of my 150 that I want to touch this year. I had 3 finishes in May, which gave me 11 finishes for the year, and my ending balance in May from my Stitch from Stash was $73 positive. So here we go. Once again, like I said last year, I have a year where I do really good and I don't buy a lot of stuff, and then I have a year where I buy everything and can't stay positive. In the positive. I'm always positive. To save my life. I think so far this year, through today, I have had 15 finishes this year. I had 3 finishes, right? Is that right? 11 finishes for the year at the end of May. I had 4 finishes in June. Oh my gosh. Because I finished this one. I finished at the beginning of June, the stitching on it. And then the Crow and Sunflower that I showed you, the Be Kind that I showed you. And you're going to have to take my word for Jacob's Father's Day gift, because I don't know where it is. And I've got the stuff to FFO it. That's the sad part. So I think that's everything. If it's not, it can wait until next time. Oh, I know I didn't show y'all this. I'm sorry. I do have other things that I've worked on. My Solitude. Sorry, it's been all wadded up. But there we are. As you can see, I'm closing in on a page finish over here. So I'm getting pretty excited about that. We have a lot of confetti. Right through here is going to be a lot of this color. So I'm hoping I can make some quick progress of that. But there we are for now. Okay, I think that's everything. If it's not, it can wait till next time. Hopefully next time won't be 5-6 weeks. I'm not making any promises though. I'm not. Okay. Anyway, before I keep rambling on, thank you everyone for coming by and watching. Thank you for your comments, liking, subscribing. I truly appreciate it all. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to try to remember to put the link for that felt. She's got some absolutely adorable Halloween prints and also Christmas ones. So again, you're welcome, and I'm sorry because I'm probably in trouble with it myself. Anyway, y'all take care, and we'll see you here next time. Thanks, y'all. Bye.